I mean,
I don't know who else is standing there, but I'm just gonna say
cool.
like those two.
Yeah, no problem. You have no problem at all doing that.
All right, I'm gonna roll it over here actually because I don't want to be reckless.
All right, add all that up. I'm making you do the math.
All right, so
I don't add.
9,
20.
9. Yeah, I see 20 as well.
20. Okay, and that lasts for 1 minute, right?
Yep.
You center the spell where you think it can get, where you think you hear two of the Sahagwin. You think you hear one fighting over here, and then you think you heard the movement over here. And this movement stops entirely. The sounds and the screaming coming from this direction totally stop. And that's it. So that goes to Fred.
What about Adric?
What about Adric?
Yeah, what about me?
Why should you get a turn? Explain.
Because I'm a person too with needs and feelings.
What about Fred? Like, why? It's going up. I'm
no,
confused.
It's going down. I think you just took a turn out of order for no reason.
You said Fred went.
Well, the Sahagwin just moved.
Yeah, they
so
did
it would have
that
been
thing, and
Adric.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just stepped ahead of everybody's turn, and I didn't notice. That's what happened.
I thought Fred went.
I'm
sorry. I heard.
You're basically a toilet man, is what happened. Go ahead, Adric. What are you doing?
Gonna punch him with my 2 dice now because I decided to do that. 6 plus 5 is 11. That's not gonna do it. So bonus action. No dice. Don't fall off the level. 10. Nope.
So you take some swings over where the Sahagwin has slumped down over the ballista, and your first punch clips the edge of the boat, and the second punch clips the ballista itself, but you haven't landed a solid hit on him. In fact, if anybody could see through this fog, they would laugh at you. That's how pathetic that was.
Yeah, I bet.
You hear the music of Fred's lute again, so I'm going to give Adric, you're going to go take a Bardic Inspiration die.
Alright, thank you.
You can roll that D6
Are these
on...
D6s right now? Okay.
These are D6s, yeah. He's level 2, so they're D6s. Eldove already took his turn, totally out of order, because that's just how he'd do. So we're back to Tarin.
I was just inspired by that bardic tune.
You were.
Just like,
Yeah.
Tarin basically rolled nothing. That's basically terrible. Okay.
Actually, that was a 7 and a 6, right?
Yeah.
So that's plus 5. Let's take that Bardic Inspiration.
There you go. That would do
8.
it.
Yep.
See, you get a hit in on him.
Fred made it all possible.
hey, there we are. There's
For 8
fun.
damage.
Fred made it possible.
Fred makes everything possible.
So yeah, you swing through the air, and as the lute's melody rings through your ears, and you feel guiding your arms, and you get a nice deep gash in on the Sahagwin in front of you. Zook!
Hey, this guy got up in my grill.
But he didn't. He missed.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
he didn't do
on his turn, he got up in my grill and missed. So I totally know he's there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You do.
And then Edgar happened.
And then Edgar happened because Peanut's probably home, which means my dinner probably just walked in the door.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna take a swing at this guy.
Do it.
And 9 plus 5.
14.
14.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Sweet. Crap, I forgot what I was swinging. It's a D8.
8 on a rapier.
Yeah. Uh, 6 plus 3, 9.
9 damage.
I think Brick Road is being a husband for a moment.
Okay.
Subtracting from the Sahagwin's HP is what I'm doing.
No.
You jab forward with your rapier, and this time you get a good solid hit on him. You think you get him just above the crotch. Hard to tell, though. Alright.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and disengage and move away from him again.
Okay.
Because that's how I roll.
Okay.
Basically, I Zoidberg run away.
Tarin, you get an attack of opportunity against Jones here if you want one.
That sounds reasonable.
This is the next round. Yeah, it sounds reasonable. It's not, but go ahead. Nope, that doesn't do anything. You hear more screaming from the end of the ship.
Which end?
Over here.
Okay.
And we're back to... Let's just skip Adric again. Let's just have an unwritten rule that we always skip Adric. How does that sound? No, go ahead, Adric.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you for letting me play the game.
In fact, take 2 turns, just because I skipped you last time and I feel bad. Go ahead and roll 4 attacks against this guy. That's fine.
Really?
In fact, roll him at advantage. I don't care.
Well, you guys heard him.
Roll all the d20s you want.
Wow, look at this, Brick Road. Look at I want you to look at this.
Where are you at? Oh, you're not. I thought you were
Over
from
here.
me.
No, I'm over here.
Oh, okay, I see. Well,
That seems reasonable.
That happened.
you descend on the Sahagwan and you pummel him, and it's after a few seconds of pummeling him, you realize you killed him a few turns ago.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you realize he's already dead. But you're quite proud of yourself. I mean, it was awesome.
Bonus action?
What's that?
Bonus action?
You're against
Move
this guy?
over. Yeah, against that guy.
Sure, why not? Disadvantage, you know the rules.
I know, but I rolled a 15, so I just dumbass anyway.
Alright, well, roll his dumbass. Do it.
I'll roll him off the ship. 5 damage.
5 damage?
Yep.
So you pummel the guy in front of you for a couple seconds before realizing he's dead. Then you decide that was stupid. And you swing around, and you get a good kick in behind you, and you hit this one square in the chest, and you know the impact sent him reeling backwards.
That was pretty good. What just happened there? I was just turning Kirby around, and it ended up flinging this guy off into space.
You hear Fred
done with
shout
him.
from the center of the ship. They've grabbed several of the men. Eldove.
What?
Alright, well, I'm going to toss another sleep towards this guy lying here on the ground.
Same spot? Okay. Go ahead and roll your 5d8.
So, like... Yeah. So, angle to catch the edge of the ship here, so, like, these guys.
We'll say you can get both of them. They're both in range.
Well, if one of them's still asleep, he doesn't count. Otherwise, he does. I don't know whether he's still asleep or not.
No, he's already asleep. Well, the thing is, though, the only complication... I don't think sleep is...
It skips unconscious creatures.
It does, but I was checking to see if it's concentration, but it's not, so you're fine. This is like the best first level spell ever. Okay.
Yeah, it really is.
In the world.
8, 16, 21.
Okay, so you launch the other spell off in the direction, but there's no perceivable change from that direction afterwards. Tarin.
So I still think there's 2 of them on the ship here.
As best as you can tell, the Sahagwan are at the positions you see them on the map.
How's the shove action work?
You're trying to shove him over?
Yeah.
Just say it's an athletics check. Just
I think that's right.
Okay. My
think I remember seeing
athletics is +2. So Tarin's just gonna go full.
he's gonna
Full linebacker on
pretend
this
to be
guy.
a barbarian. Okay.
Athletics is 17.
Okay. You turn that direction, and you go to shove him overboard, but by the time you reach there, you see the Sahagwan has already climbed off the ship
Okay.
and fled.
Those nerds.
So
What a giant nerd.
he is pretty much a nerd. Zook! That's my favorite word to say now, is Zook!
So
From downtown.
I think this guy's over here.
That's the last known
And-
position of him. That's the one you've
Last
been
known position.
engaged with.
I'm going to run up in front of where I think he's at and take a swing at him.
And you get up there with your rapier, and by the time you do, you jab forward, and again, he's gone. He's already swung over the edge of the ship, and he's away.
Nerds! I'm gonna bonus action and just sort of go back.
Just with your tail between your legs, dejected to the square of shame you get to go to now.
Yeah, I guess I can go about yay far. I'm just sort of trying to go in the general direction of where I think there's action now.
Okay. And we are back to Adric. No, he dead. You're pummeling him, and he's a splat on the boards of the ship at this point.
Oh, he's already down?
Oh, you killed him last round. Yeah.
This guy?
Oh yeah.
Because I killed the one guy. And
you killed two guys now. They're both dead.
Okay, so.
I mean, we're picking on you, but you've been more effective in this melee than anybody else.
All right, I will investigate the screams that I heard off in this direction.
What do you do when you get there? What action do you take?
If I see another Sahagin that's standing around here, I will beat the stuffing out of it.
You won't know until you start swinging. You can't. You're blinded. You can't see.
All right then, YOLO.
YOLO, do it.
No.
Hang on,
Why are you raising your hand, Peanut?
You want pizza or something yourself?
Where are you ordering from? Guys, I'm getting hungry Howies for dinner. I'm thinking.
Bonus action.
Oh, put your bonus action on hold a minute, man. Pizza's happening. More important shit's going down. So, yeah, get us a large antipasto salad with no olives, no garbanzo beans. Onions I'm fine with. If you don't want onions, I can go either way. Guys, I don't even know what garbanzo beans are. Like, if I met a man named Garbanzo, I wouldn't trust him. I don't like him.
Peanut's right, by the way.
The salad and pizza is probably fine. I prefer to not have pepperoni, but if that's what you want,
6
I can
damage to the Dumafluji who may or may not be here.
I'll probably just eat the salad when it gets here and have pizza later. 6 damage?
6 damage to the Dumafluji who may or may not be there.
You get there and he's not there. However,
what a toilet.
You feel one at the ground, writhing a little bit, but not actually moving too much. And if you feel around, there's definitely a body laying there, but it's not dead.
Okay.
Fred makes some frantic movements in the middle of the ship. He comes up behind you, Adric. He bumps into you. Actually, that would put you up, because you'd have to climb the stairs to get up here.
Ah, okay.
God damn it, Kirby.
Oi!
Stop being Kirby.
Kirby will be as Kirby as he wants to be.
Fred just approaches, and he runs up the stairs. He was also heading in the direction of the screams. And he, just runs bodily into you. He didn't even see you there. And he bumps into you, and that's it. Doesn't say anything. Eldove.
Oi! I Kirby angry eyebrows at him.
Okay. He goes all 90s box out Kirby on you?
Yep. No, I mean, forever box art Kirby. Kirby always has angry eyebrows.
It is Eldove's action.
Okay,
Firebolt. Adric, that's a good idea. Roll it.
It seems like an excellent idea, but I don't see any more guys. So I'm just gonna...
That you know of now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of take a walk around the edge of the ship.
Okay, I mean, there's no walking around the edge of the ship because you've got longboats strapped here and you've got this heavy ballistas on the sides. But I mean, you can make your way around.
I'm basically just making my way around as far as I can, trying to see if there's any guys.
There's not until where do you end up?
Here.
That's too much movement. That's more than 6 squares. If you're going all the way around.
Well, I mean, I can't go on the longboats, you said, so I was going, across there.
So you're going to go this way? Okay, yeah, you can end up there. That's fine. And, I mean, you run into Adric and Fred there, have their little altercation, and the sleeping Sahagwin on the deck. But you don't find any other living ones. And that brings us to Tarin.
I'll go over here to where I was and try and see if I can see anything down along the edge. I mean, obviously I can't see anything. I'm going to try and reach down over the bow of the ship and feel if I can find any of these hooks.
You do. There's one latched onto the side of the ship right there, but when you grab it, the rope is slack.
I'll give the rope a good tug. It's slack, you said?
Yeah, it's slack when you reach down and grab it.
Okay.
So, but there's
So there's not any
there's a
weight.
grappling hook off the ship right at the place where you're standing.
But there's not any weight on the rope right
There's
now.
no weight on the rope anymore.
Okay.
And Zook.
Our braziers were here-ish, right? Then we have braziers in the middle
No,
of the battle.
you had ballistas on top of here, bracing it. The braziers, I was thinking were like off to the side
Yeah,
of
we're
here or
basically in
over
the
here.
center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is where the ballistas are, so I'm
Yeah.
going to go over in this direction and try to see how... Because there were dudes manning this, right?
Yes, he had
And
two.
I'm looking for any sign of them or bad guys over here.
It will take you more than a round. There's chaos and movement everywhere. I mean, you've got. Fred yelled out that they've grabbed some of the men, but you have no idea how you would count in this fog.
What
I mean,
if I
if you-
just... What if I just holler, is anyone still at the ballistas when I get over here?
Okay, and you holler, and some of the men sound off, but I mean they're shouting over each other,
Okay.
so you don't discern any. I mean, you haven't shown any interest in these men up until now. You don't even know their names, I bet.
I
all
just
of a
want to know
sudden-
if they're still manning them. If anyone's still over here.
At this point, the fog starts to disperse, and it does so very quickly. It's as if there's a strong wind in the center of the ship pushing it away. And by the time Adric's next turn comes around, the fog has dispersed completely. It's that fast. In the span of a round, you now have your full sight now.
All right, this guy down here.
Which guy? The sleeping one?
Yep, this guy right here.
He is
Is he,
snoozing. But he won't be asleep
do
for
I have-
long, you know.
Yeah. I only got 50 feet of rope on me somehow.
I mean, if it's in your pack, you have it.
Yeah, we'll tie this guy up then. We got questions to ask.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. Oh, wait, no, we have our telepath. He can do that. If he doesn't talk with us, then he can talk in his brain. It's fine.
That's true. He can. He absolutely can. Fred aids you in tying up the Sahagwin.
Yeah.
Eldove. Fred and Adric have started to tie up the sleeping Sahagwin.
Are the rest of the Swaggin missing or dead?
You see two Sahagwin bodies over here where Adric was fighting them, like in this area. But other than that, you see no Sahagwin aboard.
On the edge of the ship where they came from, do I see anything?
Put yourself where you go.
Which side
I mean, they came from
did you see
from both sides
flash
simultaneously.
from, Ian?
He told me it was like over in this direction.
But you don't know that. You haven't conversed with Zook since then.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna just stand here, I guess. See if I see anything off in this direction, because that's near where I was standing.
Do you have dark vision of any kind?
I have 60 feet of dark vision.
60 feet. Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. DC 15. Actually, DC 18. Because the fog is dispersing off the ship, which means it's rolling out onto the ice. So you're looking into the darkness beyond your dark vision into a fog bank.
I missed.
You miss. Okay. So you jump to the edge of the ship and you start scanning out for movement. But like I said, the fog rolling away from the ship. And you can see down against the ship where the ice has encroached almost all the way into the hull. But looking out, you don't see any movement. The fog bank is maybe 15, 20 feet away from the edge of the ship, and you can't see any shapes inside of it. Tarin.
I'll go over and light the ballista again and fire it out into the remaining fog, see if we can see anything out there.
Which one?
There's the one I was using before.
This
Right here.
This one here?
Yeah.
So off in the direction that he was looking?
Yeah.
Same check. Perception. Do you have dark vision of any kind?
No, I have no dark vision.
Then you automatically fail it. The ballista,
Okay.
you light the tip of it, fire it off in the fog, and the fog just engulfs it. You see a very soft glow as it just embers away. Not even in the far distance, just the fog just engulfs the fire. And then it's gone. But the fog is roiling backwards as well. You see it like receding from the ship. Zook, last turn of the combat. This is it. Make it good.
Well, I mean, I imagine I could see what Tarin is up to, so I'd probably come over here to try to see if I could see anything from that ballistas.
What kind of dark vision do you have?
Should be 60 feet.
60 feet?
Let me
Okay.
check.
Perception, I'm going to give you DC 18.
Just let me double check. I mean, I have dark vision. Is it always 60 feet? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is. So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was different. What's that? Oh, it's
That
only
doesn't do it.
5.
So
yeah,
no,
plus
just-
whatever. It's not gonna
You
do
see
it.
exactly what I described for Eldove. You see the fog is quickly retreating and dispersing from the ship, but at this point it's only gone back maybe 15, 20 feet. And you see where Tarin launched the ballista into the fog and where it swallowed it up.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, over the course of the next few seconds, the fog is receding and it's also dispersing, so it gets lighter and lighter until, once again, you have a clear view in all directions. The fog is gone. Looking down along the hull of the ship, you see the ice is encroached inwards, but it hasn't actually done any damage to the hull. It hasn't actually reached where the ship is floating. So you're floating in a very roughly Flumph size and shape pool of water in the middle of what is now solid ice. You're not even sitting in slush at this point.
Awesome.
And that's
Are
it.
we,
We're not on turns anymore. That was the end of the combat. That was the
Okay.
end.
I'll take stock of the crew. Also have everyone men stand up, report, count yourselves.
They do. And your crew sounds off, except for Clatton and Mitchar. They do not sound off, and you do not see their bodies on the deck.
Can you spell those for me?
Spell them? I mean,
Yeah.
do you want me to just give you your crewman's name so you have them? They're Clatton, Clatton. Mitchar is Mitchar. Those are the men that don't sound off. I'm not spelling all of these, just take a guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
It won't be super important, but their names are Turner,
I just wanted
Darren,
to have them in my notes.
Michael, Ephran, Corin, and Chandran. Those are
I
your...
instantly forget their names.
Of course, they're standard crew. You're
I think-
surprised the commoners have names, to be honest.
I didn't get a chance to in the heat of combat, but now I go ahead and tell Tarin what I saw when I saw the fog coming in.
Okay. So I mean, like tell him. Don't tell me. You tell him. Tell him.
When I was right before the fog rolled in, I saw 3, what would you say, streaks of light coming towards the ship and split off, and then fog. That's what you said, right? More or less.
They came from a particular direction, and as they got closer to the ship, they split on all sides of your field of vision, and then fog.
Yeah, they came from the. I think you said southwest.
We said they came up here. The actual direction isn't super important, but they came from up here. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, it might be the direction we decide to go into at some point. I don't know.
Could be.
Does the ice look like it's stopped? When we were out at the edge of it the last time, we could see it moving.
You could see it moving over the course of minutes. I mean, you'd have
Okay.
to sit and examine it over a period of minutes in order to get a good gauge of whether or not it's still coming or going or what.
Balin, Swen, get the ballista off that hatch. Get down below, make sure everyone's all right. Anyone who
And-
needs medical attention, go downstairs, see Arvin. I'm gonna take a look at this ice and see if we're in any more deeper water than we are in.
Boy, we got a captive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the brig's already a little occupied. Bring him down to the storeroom.
No, fuck
need
it. Throw him in the brig.
Let's just make a collection.
Balin and Swent roll the ballistas off the hatch, open it up, and head downstairs. Fred helps. Where are you taking the captive?
I told him to take him to the storeroom.
To the storeroom? Okay, and Fred's going to help you take him down there. So that's all the way down here. 17.
I'm gonna lower myself down to the water line by a rope and detect magic and see if I can tell if this ice is still growing.
How long do you spend watching it?
A minute.
1 minute? In 1 minute, you perceive that the ice is magical. You already do that.
Uh-huh.
But you do
Yep.
not perceive whether it is encroaching or receding or neither. You can't tell.
I'll just keep.
after just a minute.
I'll give it another minute then. Hand me a stick or something. I'll take one of the torches or something.
Okay.
Hold it against the ice and see if it gets grown over.
I mean, you see
Like
the ice
that's-
melt when you hold the torch close to it. When
Well,
you,
not a lit torch.
Not a lit
Just
torch?
like holding a piece of wood in the water so it's flush against the ice, and then see if it gets grown over, like with the crowbar.
how long in minutes do you hold it there?
I'll wait for about 5 minutes, and if it doesn't grow at that point, I'll be less worried.
5 minutes. Okay, who else is doing what in this 5 minutes? You guys are... Adric and Fred take the captive downstairs. What is Zook and Eldove doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and check these bodies for anything valuable or identifying.
They're fucking Sahagwin, dude. They have nothing.
They
find
have nothing on
you have a shark tooth necklace. How about that?
That's fine. I'm more
actually
interested in identifying or anything.
No,
but
they
other
don't.
than
They,
just monsters.
they are not even armed. You
Hey, I
find
did 20 of those for my 3rd level quest.
I will totally take the shark's tooth necklace though. That sounds like another
Make
spoil.
a Swaggin tooth necklace.
you
Can
could.
I add my blood? Can I add my bloody arrowhead trophy from the last battle to that?
Are you just gonna take a trophy from every battle? Is that the idea?
I mean, I didn't even kill anyone this battle.
Let's
so.
be honest. You didn't do very well in this battle. You might not want to remember this one.
You know, I don't really care that much. Shark's tooth necklace.
Okay. So after 5 minutes, you guys have managed to get the captive down below deck. Balin and Swent are still collecting everybody up, and nothing happens with the torch you're holding in the water. It doesn't ice over. The ice doesn't encroach or recede.
Alright, I'll climb back up.
Climb back up.
And I'll head below deck so we can talk to this captive.
As you're heading
Well,
below
I'm-
deck, Arvin comes dashing up the stairs. He looks nervous.
What's up, Arvin?
I haven't seen Fila since the attack. Do you know where she is?
She's supposed to be downstairs with you.
She was supposed to be, but I can't find her now.
Oh balls.
Check the deck level crew quarters for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down and look at that Shahagan.
Okay, so Arvin heads off to check the. Well, where do you send him?
I'll check all 3 or 5 rooms in the deck or whatever. There's
Okay, he
all stuff.
runs off to check the mate's quarters, where that's where you had her hold up, right? The first mate's quarters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna go up a mast and keep an eye out for ice or fog or anything else.
And you have a nice clear view up here, and there's not a cloud in the sky, no sign of fog, but it's
Okay.
outside of your radius of your dark vision. You can't see very well. I mean,
Uh,
you have good moonlight. It's a good clear night, but it's just ice in all directions as far as you can see. In order to perceive any details, you'd actually have to go out onto the ice and start searching.
okay.
What are we doing with the captive? This sounds fun.
Is there anyone else that is coming down to talk to the captive, or are we gonna
Oh,
get
Yeah,
started?
I'm coming with you.
I think I'd be too curious not to come down and see what's going on. I'm gonna perch up over on some barrels over here.
Okay. Yeah, let's fast forward to the. I mean, it's by the time 5 minutes have elapsed, the Sahagwin's awake. I mean, he's awake and alert, and you've got him bound pretty well, and he can't move, and he doesn't look to be making any moves either. He's kind of gritting his teeth and looking around angrily. Hey, this one. Give me 1 second. This one had been injured, but I forget now. Oh, it was injured with an acid splash. So he's got burns on one of his shoulders. A couple of his scales had peeled away, revealing just the pink, tender skin underneath, just above his muscles. But other than that, he looks relatively healthy.
I'll kneel down. I assume you have him tied down, right?
Yeah.
I'll kneel down and say, "Do you speak common?"
And he says something unintelligible to you with his throaty, fishy, gurgling language.
Do you speak deep speech?
No, he doesn't.
Do you speak Elvish?
You just go through all your languages? I guarantee you he doesn't speak.
That's the last of my languages.
He does not share a language with anyone on the ship.
Primordial.
If only there was
Great
some warlock ability or invocation that you could use.
If only. Well, let's kill him.
There's nothing to deal with that.
He's being polite to the captive for some damn reason.
Feed him to
All right,
Warwinax.
So this is brain speak. All right, how about this?
And at that, he looks at you, but he doesn't respond.
If you don't talk back, if you don't reply, I'm just going to have him slit your throat now.
He snaps forward with his jaw. I mean, he doesn't bite you, but he tries to snap at you.
You're gonna get Swaggin rabies.
Does he he doesn't say anything?
He does not say anything.
I'll just kind of solemnly nod to Adric.
No, not that. That was an accident.
Feed him to the warhorse.
Are we gonna charge at this Swaggin? Because I'm down.
No, we're just going to break his neck cleanly.
That's it? We're out of ideas?
If he's not going to talk, yeah. I'm not going to torture him.
Adric don't want to do it.
To be
All right,
honest,
give me the gauntlets.
you guys are really... you can't determine how to kill this guy? I mean, just coup de grace him. I mean, he's got hit points, but he's restrained, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'll slit his throat if you don't want to.
You do it.
All right, long sword out. Easy enough.
I'll do it, but it'll probably make a mess.
When you pull your sword out, he leans forward into the sword. Like, he knows what's coming. You've told him what's coming, and he's just accepted it.
Okay.
And that's it. Now your deck is covered in Sahagwin blood. Feel better about
Yeah.
yourself?
I feel like that dragon will maybe listen a little better.
Ooh, can we feed it to the dragon?
We're not feeding it to anyone. Let's throw
Can
him
we
over.
can we
the
throw it
edge.
into the brig as an object lesson?
No, we can't do that. Give me a sack from over there, Zook.
All right,
big
I
one.
toss the sack his way.
You unceremoniously pack the Sahagwin back up into a sack and pitch him overboard.
Yeah.
And he splashes into the water next to the ship, and as far as you know, that's the end of his adventure.
I'll
This
make
is
sure
the
to
most
weight it with
offensive
something.
thing that could have ever happened to a Swagan.
He gets a game over screen. That was it.
In the future, refuse to change.
An hour
Well,
or
that's
so
exciting.
later, the sun begins to rise.
Did we ever figure out what happened to what's her name?
Nobody can find her on the ship. Arvin
Is there a
searches all
room
the quarters.
ransacked at all?
No, it's not actually. No, in fact, nothing's been ransacked. As far as you can tell, nothing was missing. The Sahagwins had no way to get below deck. Just nobody can find Fila, Clatton, or Mitchar. Clatton and Mitchar are just crewmen. Like, you don't even care about them.
She was in room 5 before? Where was she at?
You thought
First
she was
mate's
below
quarters.
deck.
She was supposed to be below deck.
Yeah, her-
She was in, I think, 6 is the
Her
first
actual
mate's
room
quarters?
is 6. This used to be the first mate's quarter. Tarin put her up in that room, but you thought she was below deck when the fog came in, but now nobody can find her.
How about I search her room to see if I can find out anything of where the hell she went, if there's any clues in here.
I mean, she was a prisoner aboard this ship with you. She doesn't have any possessions or anything.
Yeah, I know, but...
I mean,
Nah.
there's nothing in there that you're gonna. Everything
Okay,
in there that you find belonged to the first mate when he was alive.
So, at this point, I'd say we should take a short rest and then head out. If the ice hasn't let up in an hour, let's head out in the direction that Zook saw the shots coming from.
Okay, so that's the idea now is a short rest.
Unless anyone else has a better idea.
Sounds good to me.
I'm okay.
Okay, go ahead and recharge your stuff. Spend a hit die if you. I don't think anybody took a lot of damage. I know
Mine all got absorbed, so...
yours got absorbed, and I think Adric only took a couple. I mean, their claws are only a
Yeah.
D4 plus 1. These are not dangerous creatures by any means.
I'm
Hey,
just
that's half my
replenishing-
hit point.
You're level 1.
replenishing my
so-
arrows. That's all I got to do.
Okay, so yeah, your short rest, and by the time the hour is over, I mean an hour after dawn. Not only do you, I mean, you can look. Zook indicates where he saw the flashes of white light coming from, and in that direction is a blood trail.
Huh. From
Well,
an injured Shahagan, maybe.
A couple of these Sahagwins hit you. I mean, you know that you got 2 good hits on him, and Zook got one of them really good. Adric killed both the ones he engaged. So, but yeah, you see a blood trail leading off over the ice in that direction. It's very plain to see once you have light to see it.
All right.
Looks
Fred,
like we're
you're with
going
us.
icing.
Eldove, I think you're interested in coming along as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. Balin, you're in charge.
And Warwinex, right? You're bringing Warwinex?
No, we're not bringing more.
I still say we should have just thrown the Swagan in there. I mean, Dragonborn take a lot to eat.
Now,
How are war horses on ice?
very
I'm
bad.
more worried about how they would be on belted ice. Because, should we actually carry one of the longboats over land?
You can. I mean, it would be really
How
easy to do
paranoid
it.
do we want to be?
How heavy are the longboats?
You have enough people, you can drag it effortlessly. You wouldn't
I
even
mean,
need
I
to carry. You could pack all your gear into the logboat and drag it with you.
Let's
I mean,
just,
the
let's
ice
just
is
fashion it
slick.
into a makeshift sled and push
Yeah,
it along
that
with
works.
us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think,
There you
Adric
go.
should be able to handle that with the gauntlets.
Okay, Adric,
you guys.
Those gauntlets are
you've
just
been
made
demoted
of
to
fish.
sled dog now.
I'll
He's
take
good
the
at it,
gauntlets off
though.
your hands
Well,
if
you know,
want.
it makes sense because Zook's model is Snake, and Snake is a musher, so there you go. It works.
You guys suck. I hate you.
I'm gonna
So-
sit in your.
So
I'm gonna
do
sit
you
on
have
your
Adric
shoulders
pulling with
a
his
prop.
hands, or do you string the rope through his mouth
I
like
was
a pack
assuming he
animal?
was pushing it.
Yeah.
I figured he would push it.
This is
Yeah,
awesome.
no,
I like
no
this
thanks.
idea.
I'm gonna sit in the boat.
Okay.
I was gonna sit on his shoulders with the riding crop.
I will
Okay.
punch you.
So you leave Balin in charge,
No, no.
yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so Fred is coming along with you, and now I have a dilemma. Because the session was supposed to be a dungeon crawl. I have a whole dungeon planned. I was not expecting Nodal to be as interesting as he was. I was not expecting to get like 90 minutes of solid roleplay in before the ship attack, so it is now 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anywhere to be? Or can we do this dungeon crawl tonight? That's the question.
About how much longer would you need to go?
It'll be a couple hours, probably. I mean, last week, how long did it
Okay,
take you
yeah.
last week to get through the dungeon?
Not very long.
Not very
An hour
long,
or two.
actually.
The dungeon
about-
was faster than the role playing.
Okay. That's usually how it goes, but if everybody's
I
good
do
for
have
another...
something to do, but I could.
I'm
So the
down
thing
if
is,
we
as
can-
long as you don't need me for like 30 minutes, I can go take care of that.
Do you guys want to break for like 30 minutes and then come back and do the dungeon? Or do you want to do the dungeon next Sunday?
I'd rather take the break. It does have to be now, or it can be whenever Nodal needs to go, or...
I mean, I'm going to
It
have...
can be whenever, as long as it's relatively soon.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I've got pizza en route, so when that gets here, we'll take a break, 30 minutes, I'll put Elizabeth on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That works because because that's what I was gonna say is I just would want have enough time to heat up some dinner.
okay.
Yeah, I'll eat the other half of that sandwich.
Let's just go around the table, because I'm good. I can literally play this game till 8 in the morning tomorrow with no ill effects. I don't have to be up until tomorrow night to play Metal Gear. That's my only rationale,
I
so...
can be up for another 6 hours.
Okay.
So,
No,
I've got till midnight.
because that's my
time.
normal work schedule.
Nodal, what's the latest you can do?
I'm good for whenever.
And
Like you guys will.
And Destil's a robot. He never sleeps.
It's 6 o'clock now, and I wake up at noon.
There
so.
you go. Okay, so let's do that. Let's
We're gonna play till pizza and then
Might
take
as
a
well
break.
just stay up until
yeah,
Vessel's noon.
we'll play until my pizza gets here. Then we'll take a break. We'll go do what we need to do. I hope nobody in chat minds. We got
We love you.
65 viewers right now. That's
Oh
almost
my god.
that's almost
Do
twice
we
what we
really?
usually bring in. Usually I
Doesn't-
cap out around 40.
Doesn't McDohl have to sing whenever we break 60?
No, I'm telling you guys, I bring in the viewers.
Oh,
That's just the way
do
things
we
go.
have Elisar in the chat? We do. Okay, because I got something for Elisar once we take a break.
Do we have karaoke for Elisar?
I do.
Oh, nice.
But we might be able to play out this next combat first. We might have time for that. It should be short. Hopefully I don't put a Grimlock on the table like I did last week. That would be dumb.
That would be pretty hilarious.
Ta-da! Okay,
Wait, really?
It's water.
Jakiru says we had 90 earlier.
90?
Wow.
I noticed every time I glanced, not to talk about chat, but every time I glanced at the chat, someone was asking what program we were using.
Well, most people who play D&D on Twitch, like we saw, there were a variety of methods. There's like programs and things, like web apps that people use. One guy, like, he literally just mounted his camera up in the corner of the room, was looking down at his table. Another kid just had his battle mat out on the table with a webcam sitting at it, and his players were in the Twitch chat, and he was moving the pieces around for them. So there's a variety of ways to do it.
That's cool. I like this. This works pretty well.
So
This is-
Yeah, I'm
like-
actually
yeah.
pretty happy with this.
I am very
That's a
happy
pretty
with how
good
this
setup.
works. Now here's
I'm
the
gonna-
thing, guys. This is your next like creature feature here. You're going to be approaching in this direction. We're going to call this north, even though it's not. I really don't care what direction it is. Balin and Swent are not here.
Neither of the deadies.
No, neither of the daddies are. So we'll
I'm
drag
gonna
them off the
pee
side.
while you set up real quick.
Oh, this doesn't require any setup. It's a fat, frozen expanse of water. But you guys are going to be dragging the boat up from the north. So go ahead and... What should we use
You
for...
mean McDoll's going to be dragging the boat up?
That's right. That's exactly right. What did I say?
You said that you implied that there was a team effort involved in this, and nerds to all you guys.
No, there's no team effort. McDoll's dragging the boat. You guys are assholes, though.
You are assholes.
I'll take turns pushing. Well, I won't take turns. I'll help. I can't. I'm not strong enough to actually push it by myself.
I'm in the boat.
I don't actually have a boat to put on the map.
Can you use a banana?
I can't use a banana. That's inspiration. People will get confused.
Oh.
Wait, can we cast bones to bananas?
Can you drop a fedora and then flip it upside down?
Stop it. Well, no, because it's a long boat. We're going to say these three checkers. This comprises the spaces of the boat. This is right there. There's your boat.
I
guess I could just draw
I really
a boat.
hope we think about this boat a lot, and then it never comes into play.
Okay, so go ahead and position yourself where you are around the boat. If you're riding in the boat, put yourself on a checker. If you're off the boat, put yourself somewhere else.
I don't think anyone. We're not gonna be good enough to actually push the boat with people in it.
It doesn't. It really doesn't matter. You can be in the boat, out of the boat. I don't care. The warhorse
It's
is
an
not here.
ice boat.
You're pushing it from behind, Adric?
Fred is definitely in the boat if that's an option.
I'm kind of like.
I'm in the boat
here.
with Fred, teaching him dirty words.
He teaches you way
In
more than you know. In Primordial?
Yeah, in Primordial.
When does his Bardic Inspiration... long rest. Okay, so he's only got 2 dice left. You guys took a short rest.
Alright, I've kind of got point behind Adric.
Okay, now here's the thing. This ice is extremely slick. It's not covered with a layer of frost or anything. Moving across the ice counts as difficult terrain, which means you get half your movement. That's 3 squares, in just rule of thumb. Also, if you miss with a melee attack, or if you sustain damage, you can make a dex save or fall prone while on this ice. Them are the ice rules. But you have clear vision, there's no more fog.
Oh, thank God. That was torture for me.
And you're following this blood trail. And it gets thinner as it goes on, as though the Sahagwin had some means of bandaging the wounds. But you find droplets every now and then, and you know the actual route you need to take. And after you march for about an hour, dragging this boat forward, you see way off in the distance, there's some kind of... like... All of
Do
my...
you guys hear
all
Brick
of,
Road cut out?
all of my
once in a
vocabulary
while.
just escapes me. Do I cut out, Nodal? Is that it?
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's your mumble settings or...
It might be your gain on mumble, like your
It
whenever
might
you
just be
pause
that I
in
got to
middle
the end of the
sentence.
sentence and forgot what word I needed to use, and you thought that I cut out, but
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
think that's. You
Is
cut
this-
out a little bit normally, but yeah, that was definitely a not thinking cut out right there.
Is this
No,
thing in play?
Phone is ringing. How inconsistent.
Oh,
that
God,
time, it's
snake.
just... Sometimes I have a little bit of trouble hearing him, like at the starts of sentences.
Yeah, he cuts out a little.
I think that's Brick Road's natural cadence.
It might be. Yeah, that's my pizza getting here. So we'll go ahead and I'll finish the setup here, then we'll do the combat after the break.
Alright.
So
If that's the pizza, then I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
let me set up this combat real quick so I show you what you guys see, just so I don't leave chat hanging. Off in the distance, off on the horizon, there's some kind of, it looks like a mound or a hill. It's white in color, but you can't make out exactly what it is or exactly how big it is. It's very far out. But between you and that hill, as you approach, 2 of the Sahagwin are waiting for you. And they're already injured. You've already bloodied these guys. You don't stand these assholes up. They're not going to be dead. So they're waiting. So you're going to have to either go through them or around them when you come back, if you insist on continuing on this folly
I think
journey
we
of
should
yours.
everybody should just hop in the boat and not just go raw video games.
Wait, how far away are the Swagan?
Right?
Because
How far
I
away?
can shoot this firebolt from 120 feet away.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can do the same with Eldritch Blast.
Well, we'll take care of that when we come back from the break.
Okay.
Alright, see you
All
guys
right.
in a bit.
So, chat, I'm
Half
going to
an hour?
put Elizabeth on screen because it is dinner time for all of us. The idea was to have a 4-hour gaming session, but Nodal ended up being much more interesting than any of us were expecting, which is surprising. Nodal's usually the most boring person in the world.
Yeah, I know, right?
Also, at one point, I took out like 5 cards from underneath the table.
So, is that it? Is that? Can I
Yeah, that was it.
get rid of Elizabeth now? Okay. Goodbye, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for. All right. So yeah, we're going back to the game here.
Yeah, so
hold on,
let me stop my stream.
Let me turn
I'm
this
grabbing a
off.
soda, but I have one of those headsets, so I'm still.
Let's Alice.
Be right back. Hold on. Let me turn all this off.
Now, a long song is not necessarily good, LSR, unless the song is good all the way through. I mean, if it's a 14-minute track, but it's 14 minutes of great music, that's fine, but... Especially on, like, movie soundtracks, like instrumentals on movie soundtracks. Sometimes they're not great to listen to for 14 minutes. Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings has lots of
pretty
music
kitty.
like that. Of course, Lord of the Rings also has a lot of music that's just great to listen to, period. I especially like the Shire music, and the Riders of Rohan. The Riders of Rohan is probably my favorite out of the trilogy.
I'm not gonna lie, the way that you ended that sentence made me think you were gonna keep listing songs. Like, I kind of liked all
I
of
could.
it.
The Bridge of Khazad Doom is good.
I really like the bridge. I will not.
Alrighty.
I kind of
already
liked
had
the Searing of the Shire.
Alright. So, for those of us joining us, these 3 checkers here represent a longboat. The ocean around them is frozen. They pulled a longboat out onto the ice. And off in the distance, and we're gonna call this an arbitrary distance for now, because you guys say you have ranged attacks you can use. Way off in the distance, out by the horizon, you see a mound of some kind. It looks like from this distance, it looks like a pile of snow. Although there is no snow on the ice around you. It just looks like a white lump that comes up out of the ice. And in between you and the lump are 2 figures of Sahagwin. So somebody just knocked over a pile of cans. Like, I'm not judging you. I have a pile of Pepsi cans on my desk right now that's pretty legendary, but... Failed your dex check.
That needs to be addressed.
That was probably me moving on my dice.
Okay. So... And you and this, I mean, there's absolutely no reason to roll a surprise check or perception or anything. There's nowhere to hide. It is bright daylight. There's no features on this ice at all. It's just flat and slippery. So at an arbitrary distance, you and the Sahagwin definitely notice each other.
So how slippery is the ice?
It's, like I said, it's constant difficult terrain. You can only move half your movement on a turn, or on a round. And if you sustain damage while standing on it, you have to make a dex save or be knocked prone.
So, like, if McDohl were to theoretically push the boat with me and Destil in it firing fireballs...
Is that the idea? Because you both have long-range cantrips, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to have Adric charge with the boat while you guys fire off attacks.
As long as they're not able to get farther away from us than we can get to them, they will be dead.
Can I get in on this? Because I have arrows.
Yeah.
You guys are silly.
Okay, I think what I'm missing here is why are we having Adric push the boat? Like, what do you gain from that?
What if they try to run away?
You know, I got them short dwarfy legs. Just because I got monk speed doesn't mean it's that great. I got 35-foot movement, man.
And that's cut in half because you're on difficult terrain. Yeah. I mean, it's really not
better than any of us.
It's not difficult at all to move this longboat along the ice. I mean, it slides really easily. It's not designed to slide along ice, but it doesn't seem to be damaging the longboat. So,
I think we can just stand back and shoot them.
So, how far away do you want to get before you shoot them?
150 feet or 90 feet. No,
Yeah, I
120.
think 90.
90?
90?
Yeah.
At 90, I can cast sleep. So.
Okay.
Oh wait,
my
but
short-
I used up all my abilities.
You got them back.
Short bow range is only 80.
No,
Well,
we
You
had
get those
short
back on a
rest, not
short
long
rest. You did have a short rest.
Right, but he's
Yeah,
a sorcerer.
I'm a sorcerer. I think I get mine back on a long rest.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay. So you have just your cantrips for now. So
Well, I got that at 120 feet.
So you push the
Well, I
boat
want
until
90,
120?
that way if they start running away, it's easier for us to chase them.
I mean, if you launch a firebolt at 120, they're going to run away.
Right.
So let's wait till 90, and
Okay.
then we'll get McDohl pushing while we surf the boat,
And I mean,
and then
he
we'll
doesn't.
shoot at them.
He doesn't have
I
to
was
push
just gonna
alone.
get out
Like
and walk.
Fred can get back there and put some elbow into it too. Fred and Tarin both. Well, no, because Tarin's going to be firing. And Zook, I love Zook, but he would not be much use in this situation.
No, I might as
All
well
right.
get in the boat.
Let's go ahead and roll the old initiative here.
Oh wait,
Hi,
we're in
kitty.
position already though, right? So I can't just.
You guys are in
Yeah, now you
position,
can
and
be on
I'm
my lap.
I'm calling this Sahagwin. They're at an arbitrary distance away from you. You guys said it was going to happen at 120.
19.
Ooh.
All right, Adric,
19.
19. Adric's cheating.
Yep.
As always, Zook.
6.
What are you talking about? My initiative was terrible earlier.
And Tarin,
Tarin X at 9.
9.
Eldove also acts at 9.
Okay.
This actually works pretty good.
That's about how you want it to go, yeah. So you guys about 120 feet away from the boat.
I like that Eldove's name keeps changing.
Oh, I did. I spelled it with an A this time.
Eldove.
Also, I didn't roll initiative for Fred. I guess it doesn't really matter, but yeah, okay, there we go.
Push initiative.
He goes on push.
He goes on push. I mean, he's good. Yeah, he and Adric. That works out perfectly. So, you guys maintain regular pushing speed till you get to about 120 feet out.
Yeah.
Okay, here's how it's going to happen. Adric,
Yeah.
I want you to make an athletics check
Okay.
followed by a strength check. And you can add +2 to both of those because Fred is aiding you.
Athletics and then strength.
Yeah, do athletics first, then do strength.
Am I supposed to be-
Athletics is
Yeah, it should be in the boat suit.
28,
Okay, that's definitely good.
and strength is 16.
Okay. You've been marching on this ice for about an hour now, and while it's slippery and difficult to cross, you kind of have your legs forward at this point. So, when you get to the prescribed point, you really dig down and put your shoulder into it, and you give this boat a mighty push. And
Let's go!
Fred looks a little shocked, like it almost jerks out of his grip, but no, he keeps up with you, and you guys are shoving this boat along. What's happening is you're both going to take the dash action this turn.
Yeah.
That way you can move this boat 30 feet in one turn. So at the end of this turn, after everybody's taken their action, you will have closed in to 90 feet on the Sahagwin.
Sweet.
Tarin, it's all
This
you.
is all a good plan.
I like this plan.
Eldritch Blast?
Okay, which one?
The one on the right.
Okay, your right or my right?
My character's right.
Okay, that would be my
So
right
that
too.
hits
This one.
a armor class of, I think, 24?
You're just looking for 12,
Or
yo.
10 damage.
For 10 damage?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the same one.
No, hold on, you might not want to do that.
Oh, is it dead?
It might be. Wait, how much damage?
10.
10 damage? Okay.
There's nothing about this plan I don't like.
So Tarin launches his Eldritch Blast. You want to describe what your Eldritch Blast looks like for the people who weren't here last week?
It's a filament of unearthly starlight, and it doesn't sound like anything, but you certainly feel like you heard something.
Okay. So this starlight zips out at the Sahagwin, and when they see Adric and Fred put their shoulders into the back of this longboat, they face you, and they're not armed, they're not carrying anything, but they brace for attack, and when they see the magic leave your hands, you see shock on their faces. And your starlight just picks this one off of the ground and drops him, and the magic disperses with a crack, but he gets back up to his feet.
Tarin, would you describe me as having heard something primordial?
No.
Yeah.
Alright, now
Alright,
it is
well, I'm gonna-
Eldove.
I'm gonna crack that one in the fucking face with a firebolt.
Do it.
A 5 plus 7 is 12.
12. Okay, yeah, that hits.
Alright, so since I'm casting a fire spell now, you're gonna notice that the my ring there, of which features a dragon rampant, the mouth of it opens up and shoots the fire out of its mouth, which then shoots across the ice.
So he is shooting it out of an arm cannon. I love it.
Nodal is one talking familiar away from being a Mary Sue, basically. With the gold hair, the gold eyes, and
I
the
have
next
gold
session,
hair, gold eye. You're lucky I'm not shooting golden fire.
in the next session, he's gonna date Harry Potter.
Nodal,
Yeah.
if it matters, when I cast my spell, my eyes change to a different unearthly color.
Yes! It absolutely matters.
Are you gonna roll damage on this firebolt, or?
No, he's just gonna wank a little bit.
I mean, you spent
Yeah,
an
I was
hour
gonna-
describing it now.
Well, I mean, like, come on, let me get a tissue, Jesus.
Gotcha.
Oh. 8.
The firebolt, you aim it at the Sahagwin, and it lands at its feet and explodes. And you see it blow chunks of flesh and scale off of the Sahagwin and opens up a hole in the ice underneath it. And its corpse drops into the hole, and the ice begins to reform over it. So
With my move action, I do a fist bump.
Oh, that's a free action. You can just go ahead and fist bump anytime. That's cool.
We decided thumbs ups are free action too.
Yeah,
so.
thumbs up also free action. So yeah, that goes to the Sahagwin, and he breaks and starts to run.
Figured as much.
So he
Fish
just
better run.
he turned and ran 20 feet away towards the hillock in the distance. But at the end of this turn, you guys have closed in 30 feet on him, so he can't run faster than Adric and Fred are pushing the boat.
So he ran 20 feet, but we pushed 30 feet, so he's within range of my short bow now.
Yes.
All right.
Do you want to finish it off?
Yeah, I'm certainly gonna try.
Okay.
It's 18.
That hits. Go ahead and roll the damage on it.
4 plus 3 is 7.
7 damage. The Sahagwin turns and starts bolting across the ice as fast as, and he can't get even a good footing on it as any of you can. Zook just pops up from behind the two magic users, launches an arrow, and it catches him right in the back, and he just drops. And that's the end of him.
Nice.
Now, are you gonna maintain ramming speed?
I see. Can we just keep crossing the ice in
Well,
this map?
here's the problem. You guys are currently moving at a rate of about 30 feet per round, and you don't have any way to break.
Maybe we should coast from here.
So, Adric, what do you do with as far as pushing the longbow? Are you gonna maintain it? Or-
No, I'm gonna reduce its speed, and we're not gonna.
No, describe what you do. I want to know how you try to reduce
right.
its speed. Because you don't have any way to gain traction. It's ice. If you just stop pushing, the boat it's got inertia. It's going to drag you along with it. I mean, your options at this point are let go, try to jump in, try to get in front of it. Or,
We're like the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we should. I think me and Destil should each take our turn here, pulling you guys in with our mage hands.
But it's 10 pounds.
Yeah, Mage Hand can't really drag him in, but I mean, it's
I'm Johnny Knoxville, and welcome to Fantasy Jackass.
But Adric, gotta know what you're doing. What are you doing with this boat?
I'm gonna jump my ass in.
Just jump in.
Oh my god!
Easy enough, and then Fred just follows you, and now you guys are sitting in this bobsled heading towards this hill, and you lose speed relatively quickly, and the two Sahagwin, you zip by them.
This was an excellent plan.
This is the best idea.
And you lose speed pretty quickly, and you come to a stop, maybe 40 or 50 feet away from this hill, and it looks like exactly that. It looks like it's solid white. It's got some texture to it. And you can tell from this distance that it's not snow, but it's also doesn't look familiar to you. It doesn't look like you know what it is. And let me get a good fit here. 15, 20, 30. If you had to guess, you would say it had a diameter of about 150, 160 feet. So it's relatively large. And it just looks like a hill coming up out of the ice. You coast to a stop about 50 feet away from it.
Do you want to draw it on there, or
I can. I mean, I'm not actually going to measure out the squares. We're just going to say that this is about 150 feet.
Yay!
There you go. There's your hill.
I like visuals.
It's a hill, so you could have just dropped Bowser down on there, and he could have been the hill.
Welcome to Mount Derpy. You've arrived.
Alright, so I'll get out and investigate the nearest. I'll detect magic. Is it magical at all?
Yes. Yeah, the whole
The
thing
entire
radiates magic of some kind. But it feels alien to you. It feels like, well...
Double alien?
Let me... That's what I'm thinking, because your character defines alien in a different way. It doesn't feel alien in the same way as your magic powers do. It doesn't feel otherworldly, but it's
otherworldly, but not quite otherworldly enough.
It's magic that's unknown to you. You don't have any kind of experience with it.
So what kind of packed warlock are you?
He went
old one.
back to the blade. So
Is this thing a slope that I could climb, or is it steep?
Is this like a perfectly round hemisphere, or?
No, it's not perfectly round. And as you get up to
okay.
it, you can see it's ridged, but nobody's approached it to investigate yet until Zook said he did.
Well,
Okay.
that's why I put my character here. Was I was moving up to it.
Oh,
Sorry if
okay.
that was unclear.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you guys investigating it. Both of you roll wisdom checks, DC 12.